What's happening, guys? I'm Curtis, and you're watching Left Foot First. Alright guys, I'm going to make this real quick. No work got done this week. I've basically spent the entire week on my computer researching what we're going to do for that front suspension that we discovered we had an issue with last week. I discovered that those stock Ford Crown Vic spindles, they're not going to work. I don't want to go through the hassle with those ball joints. I just want something that runs a standard ball joint. So we're scrapping that idea. The new plan is Mustang 2. It's what all the hot rod guys use, so there's a million parts around. The problem is that it is what everybody uses, so there's no junkyard parts around. So instead, I'm gonna buy a set of spindles off of Summit. They're like $133 for a pair, so they're pretty cheap. And then we can work on getting hubs and discs and calipers and all that stuff later. If we get the spindles, we can at least get a good idea of where it's gonna go, and we can start mocking up the front suspension. So that's the plan right now. The problem with that is that I have to order them out of the States. So we're not gonna be working on the front suspension for a while. We're gonna have to just kind of shelve that project for right now and move on to something else. So next week we're gonna be back in the shop actually getting some work done, but we're gonna leave that for now and we're gonna move to the opposite end of the car. We're going to start working on the rearmost section of the chassis. So behind the rear axle, we still have to mount a fuel tank. I'd like to mount my battery back there. We need to mount the panhard bar chassis side mount. And we also need to start thinking about what the body's shell is going to look like back there, because the structure of the chassis is going to dictate the shape of the tail. So there's a lot of work that can get done on that end while we wait for parts on this end. So that's the plan. Once again, I'm sorry for not getting any work done this week. It's been pretty hectic. I appreciate you guys coming back, and next week will be a way better episode. So we'll see you guys next week. I'm out of here.